Mark. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
This is Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch.
It's Wilde Touch, isn't it?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Edition. I love Wednesdays. Brian Bulaga scheduled to appear to explain to us what the heck's going on the Packers offensive line. Well, they got two guys named Banks. Edition. The Mike Greenberg scheduled to appear. What show does he do? What's the show?
Mike and Mike.
No, that's what he used to. It's on TV.
Get Up is the name
Get
of
Up,
the show.
yeah.
Good morning,
GMA family.
Greeny.
Yeah.
I think it's Good Morning
Greeny. Edition. And
He's got Stephanopoulos breaking down the Micah Parsons trade today.
Wow, it's kind of late to break that down. That was like a month ago now.
Well, they play this week. It makes sense.
I'm Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and from his undisclosed location. And it's not Jones Dairy Farm, although some great videos coming out of those visits. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Going to be a fun week to cover this team. I think Thursdays are Micah Parsons days. Wednesdays are Jordan Love days. So we'll see what Micah Parsons has to say. I did see he talked to Rob Mahdi of the Associated Press, the Modster.
Is he doing his pod this year?
Not to my knowledge, not to this point. All business.
Do we want him? I want him to do his pod.
Wait a minute. All right,
selfish.
Back up.
From a selfish media standpoint.
From a content standpoint or from a Packer fan standpoint, do you want him to do the pod?
Content standpoint.
Yeah. Packers fan,
locker
no.
room and fan standpoint, no. This show standpoint, yes.
Okay. Well, what takes precedence for you, the Packers fan and former player who cares about locker room harmony, but also a content creator?
It's a real tricky question.
Thanks. I try to ask those when I can. The monthly Micah.
Yeah, the monthly Micah. Yeah.
But Jordan and him are buddies, and I watched the pod that those two did together, and I think, listen, did that pod help bring Micah to Green Bay? It didn't hurt. So most of the times these pods are distractions, and you end up having, in this case, this may have been where the pod maybe ended up bringing the Parsons to Green Bay.
Pod save
So
America.
not all pods are bad. Not all player pods are bad.
Well,
Taylor Swift ends up marrying an old boy from a pod. I think we need to start looking at this in a different way. Yes. Well, I'm changing my tune. I want a weekly pod, Jordan Love, Micah Parsons, every week, analyzing and then getting into their lives. I want to know more about these guys. So, yes, I'm in. I want a full-on pod.
Do you believe Jordan Love has it? They had their pod together last year. What was that, during the Super Bowl week, or when was that?
Can you ask? That might be a fun question to ask him. Micah.
Sure.
Because Jordan won't give you – Jordan's going to be boring by design. He's not going to say anything. Unless you ask him off. Maybe you do one of those where
ask
you
him off to
sidle
the
up.
side. I'm a big sidler.
You do like a little sidle up.
Tic-tacs
go
in my
sidle.
pocket. Yeah. So What do you want me to ask exactly? Would you consider doing a podcast, a weekly podcast with your guy, Micah Parsons? And then Micah, would you consider bringing back you call it like Love and Football or something instead of Love and Basketball? You want me to ask Micah Parsons if he'd be interested?
I don't even know if you. I mean, maybe see where Jordan's head's at. I think we're all sitting here and we all want to know more about Jordan Love. I think everybody does. Is this all
because we're not on Spotify and you think people need content because we haven't fixed that problem yet?
No, this has nothing to do with us.
Oh, okay.
Like
all right.
The only thing this has is I feel fairly confident, like when it was, if we had done the show when you were doing it with Aaron or when McAfee did it with him, you're going to be intrigued by what he has to say, and especially when you broke things down with
that was good.
The quarterback and you actually got the insight, that is gold for fans.
Yeah,
fans are going to get content one way or the other. You can either get paid handsomely and do it, or you can let someone else do it. And I don't blame these guys for not doing it. They're under enough scrutiny. Just doing a big thing with the Packers. Like, there is stuff on stuff on stuff anyways. So why not control your own narrative and make a couple bucks along the way? Huh?
So here's what I would say. And by the way, this didn't dawn on me until you just said that. Is Rodgers not doing McAfee this year, or have I just not been paying attention?
Boy, I would think you'd hear about it. It's 3 weeks in, I guess.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But
wow.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's probably a good move. It's a good move for him.
Focused on winning football games with the Steelers. Good for him.
Yeah, but I want Jordan and Micah to do it.
I understand. So that's my point. If you're a Packers fan, we can poll this. I love the idea of polling it. Totally on board with polling it. I'm very curious.
How about this? Do you believe so? Joshy, Big Cat gets, he got the big promotion. Big Cat's awesome. We love Big Cat here.
We do.
Both Big Cats. I like Big Cat down in Chicago.
Big Cat helped me get to 1 million views last night. Appreciate that.
You
which
to
Big
1 million
Yeah.
views?
Uh-huh.
You?
DiMaggio?
No,
the other Big Cat?
The other, the actual,
Andres Galarraga?
the actual Big Cat. Yeah.
Well, Andres Galarraga is the
Nice
original
pull.
Big Cat. No,
All
he's
right.
the original.
So
Big
yes,
Cat.
so Josh is a third generation Big Cat then.
He is a third generation Big Cat. Typically, the
more
third
of a house
generation
cat.
is where things fail when you're talking business.
But he got a big promotion. Do
you really think that Packer
views.
fans? Do you really think Packer fans don't care about Jordan Love's personal life?
No.
We do, but
No.
Big Cat said he doesn't. I don't believe him.
I don't either. What I do think is that Packers fans care very deeply about not wanting distractions. And I think that there was certainly and again, not the group is not homogeneous. It's not all of one thought. This fan base is full of different people, just like the world is. But I would think the majority of Packers fans, if they looked at it through the lens of potential distraction from what they believe to be a Super Bowl championship caliber team.
If you're going to be distracted by that, your team's not good enough anyways.
Well, no, not if he said, look.
The Bears went in 86 and did a rap song and released
85,
it. The Eagles did a Christmas
85.
album and won a championship. Get out of here with that. Like,
right,
come on, man.
So the Super Bowl shuffle, and I guess I wasn't aware of the Christmas album that the Eagles put
Kelsey
out.
and the O-line did a Christmas album.
Okay,
and they won a championship.
Yes, and the tight ends used to put out their own Christmas card of them in like ugly sweaters for the Packers, right? Tom Crabtree and J. Mike and the crew. I'm not saying everything is a distraction, but when you just like Rasheed Walker riffing away at his locker and stumbles into, I think we could go undefeated, and incurring the wrath of his head coach, and then he plays poorly, the line plays poorly, the Packers play poorly, and they lose. I would think that through that prism, you would say, you know what? There's going to be things said that shouldn't be said. There's a chance that it could be disruptive. Like, I would be curious. I don't cover the Cowboys. Were there times when Micah Parsons said things during that time when he was doing that podcast that caused internal locker room strife?
He did, yeah.
Right, so who needs it? Who wants it?
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. But
that's all.
I also am looking. Let me just put it to you this way: if I am a coach or a member of the G&G, I don't want him doing the pod. But from a fan standpoint, and certainly from the perches we sit in,
from our spot, no doubt,
we want him doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But
so
I'd be curious how fans
the players.
vote.
I would not. But all of us do. All of us did weekly radio shows. Every one of us, when I played.
Yeah,
that's.
I feel like there were. Era. Yes, A, different era. B, I feel like there were better guardrails to.
Well, there was no social media.
Well, that's for sure true. So if you said something foolish on Breakfast with the Boys, it did not. It may not have even gotten the attention of your own locker room because a lot of guys weren't listening, right? Whereas now
I don't know.
It gets clipped and it's everywhere on social media. That's where most, like, nobody's sitting and listening to the entirety of, I don't know, the Amon Ra Equanimous St. Brown podcast.
No,
but if they say something of import and controversial, Lord knows it's going to find its way onto Twitter. So, again, go ahead. Put that on. I'll retweet the poll. I'm curious to see if Packers fans are more interested in being entertained. Entertain me. Are you not entertained?
No, it simply is. Would you be excited? Would you be excited if Jordan Love and Micah Parsons did a weekly pod? I'm not interested in we want to win or be entertained because everybody's going to say they want to win.
So
right, but
we're going weekly? Weekly is what you want to propose here? Because you said monthly a little bit ago.
You want to go bi-weekly, twice a month, just to kind of level it out?
And then we can have the big debate about what does bi-weekly mean, because it means both twice a week and once every other week.
Debate, yep.
I just would like to thank my guy Josh DiMaggio, who has now come up with the alternative idea of me hosting the podcast.
Oh, we'd love
Jordan
that.
With Jordan Love and Micah Parsons. Because, again, I do feel like, and this is not saying that, because believe me, I read the YouTube comments. I understand I'm not the greatest host in radio history. But I do provide some measure of guardrails when I think if players left to their own devices at times may say things that they don't necessarily think should be put out into the universe. But they get going, and that's when stuff gets said. Like, again, I try to defend Rashid to the head coach because I don't think he waltzed in there, puffed chest to say.
You threw him under the bus as you were pulling.
No, not at all.
You did.
He was the one that said it pisses me off when we're talking about things beyond this week. I was trying to have my guys back.
I get it. Yeah,
not
you
easy.
Tried. You feigned. I'd say you feigned.
I did not. It was authentic. Speaking of authentic, Barry Alvarez is always authentic. He talked to Jim Polzin yesterday.
A little backpedal.
About his his program. Let me quote this correctly. The I got to 1 million views Jesse Nelson show.
This guy right here. Yeah. Million.
Which also
wasn't that on ESPN Madison? That wasn't on yours.
Yeah, but I'm in the clip. I'm in the clip. Derek Engler got to 1 million views, too.
No, that's
nice
not
job.
what you said.
Congratulations to Derek.
Million.
Now who's backpedaling? You never have to backpedal. We'll get to what Barry told my buddy Jim Polzin momentarily. After Tausch tells us about you never have to backpedal from your decision to get Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, you don't. And when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers, they might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month and get 0 interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We will hear or read what Barry Alvarez had to say to Jim Polzin. And among those million views, apparently, is Cindy Alvarez, who informed him of some of the blowback that he was receiving. We will get to that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit.
And that includes living out your faith, family, in service to other people. You have done so much for so many. Buddy, here's to another 20 years on Good Carver Brands. Take good care and God bless you and the true family.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Pier Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Homestead High School's Connor Pangalo. In Homestead's 42-7 win over Whitefish Bay on Thursday, Pangalo had 12 carries for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. On top of that, he would later take a 93-yard kick return to the house for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Through 4 games, Pangalo has led the Highlanders to an undefeated record with 690 yards and 10 touchdowns. Pangalo is in his senior year and is also an all-conference baseball player. Congrats to Connor Pangalo, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious. Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan, less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Go see the world, cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes, cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly.
Brian Bulaga scheduled to appear at the bottom of the hour. And then Mike Greenberg scheduled to join us at 10:30 Central Time, so stay tuned for that. Jim Polzin, columnist for the Wisconsin State Journal, spoke with Barry Alvarez, who learned of the blowback that his comments to Jesse Nelson.
The Wisconsin State Journal, very similar to the Dallas Cowboys here with you, right? Wouldn't you be there, Micah Parsons?
I guess.
Kind of, right?
Sort of.
Right?
Yeah. There wasn't the same level of negotiation, I would say.
And Bernsey is Ed Policy, right? Over at Channel 3000? Isn't that kind of how this works?
Yes. Thank you to Brian Burns.
Who's Jera? Who's
Colin
Jera?
Benedict and everybody over there. Scott Chastain, thank you. I'm happy to be employed. Thank you very much. So he talked to Jim Polzin, and you know I love to read on the radio, and Jim did not send me his audio from this conversation. So, and as much as I want to do my Barry Alvarez, I don't do it as well as Tausch, so I'm going to read it in my regular voice.
Okay.
Can you read it and then can Tausch do it in Barry voice? And we're going to do a little
No,
experience
but
here?
I did think while I was walking the dogs this morning, I thought, you know who we need to talk to, see if he'll say anything that gets Jesse a million views. We have to actually reach out to Chili now. We got to talk to Chili. We talk about talking to Brad Childress, so we never actually call him. So we need to put that on the to-do
We
list.
had the idea years ago of the chili cook-off with Chili in like February.
That would have been fun.
We should bring it. We should do it.
Yeah, well, we're Facebook friends, so I'll have to send him a Facebook message. All right. I think more than anything else, Barry Alvarez told Jim Polzin, I tend to overreact at times. I meant what I said, but I think the way I said it, I'm sure I overreacted. Alvarez paused before continuing. You're there to support your team and your coach. They've got recruits there to help them in the future, and you're booing players. Every coach knows they're going to be criticized. That's part of their job. But, man, I don't like that for kids. If I'm a recruit that they have in for the weekend and I hear them yelling, fire the coach or whatever, and booing, I'm not going there. That all ties together. That you guys characterize this as backpedaling. And I didn't find that to be super backpedally. I would also add, he later says, I have to be careful because I can be very outspoken. Yes. That's why we at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse love you, Coach. I'm not here to be critical of anybody. Well, I don't have all the answers, and I don't want to seem like that. I want them to be good, and I want to support them however I can. I believe that those things are true, and he means that.
Who the hell gives
No doubt. I literally pretty much told you this yesterday. Did I not? I said he's going to look at it from a coach's perspective.
Yeah.
He isn't looking at it from a fan's perspective. He is incredibly invested in what he's built, and he obviously is frustrated and wants this thing to turn around and be a lot better. So, yeah, he got – and this has happened to him in the past, last year's a couple of times, where I think things didn't go the way we wanted them to go as Badger fans, and you get frustrated. And Lord knows we've said things here. I don't know if we've went to the point of where Barry went yesterday, but you have to be authentic if you're going to do these things. And if you're not, nobody's going to care because it's like, well, what is he doing? Mm-hmm. We understand where Barry's head's at, and I think his overflow of passion led him to say some things that I think he doesn't want to say. I don't think he really wants fans booing at bars. Jesse?
I lost it from yesterday.
What do you mean you lost it?
I didn't say
I gave you a long pause. I wanted you to hit boo at a bar.
I didn't.
They used it on Jim, Matt, and Molly when I was
using
on.
it all over the
don't
place. It's a
have
great
it.
drop. Anyways, This is much ado about nothing. This is where you're at with this program. Obviously, there's a lot of people frustrated. Fans let it go. Barry is looking out for the general well-being of the organization, which is, he's right. I mean, recruits and their families and everybody else is going to look at this. Now, I would say recruits are going to look at this on a bigger picture and say we can be part of the solution moving forward. If they're worth a lick, that's what it is. But obviously everybody wants to be around winning, and it's a lot more fun for everybody involved, and that's the challenge of the next 8 games that this program has in front of it.
Early returns from the poll question. Mark Tauscher wants Micah Parsons to do a regular podcast with Jordan Love. Do you also wish this would happen? 54% of you, no.
Yeah, I believe
46% of you, yes. So I think there we go. Welcome back, Barry.
Oh, there we go.
Boo in a bar. So I don't want to tell people how to vote. I have retweeted that, but it would appear that at least some people are considering the ramifications beyond just the entertainment value of a Micah Parsons podcast. And we'll see how that poll plays out.
And I'll say this. It will not do, from a team standpoint, I don't think it would help. But I do think it would be very fun. I do.
And it can be presented by UW Credit Union, because they're a great partner of ours, and I'm sure they'd love to get 1 million views from Jesse whenever he tweets out something from the Parsons Love podcast.
For every stage of life, your podcasting life, your football life, your media life, UW Credit Union is here forever you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years, they'll help you reach your financial goals. And people ask me, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, to keep your banking local. Yep. Member first service? Yep. Great perks like early payday? Yep. We love Bucky. Bucky and I are back on good terms. We had a good showing out at the GBO. Hugged it out. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just...
Continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Bulaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
It's the 16th game where they've lost after having a lead of a touchdown or more in the second half since 2020. It's an embarrassment. What that stat tells me is no lead is safe with the Baltimore Ravens. And how is that not a reflection on John Harbaugh? We sit here and talk about everybody else with the Ravens, how much pressure is on Lamar and Derrick Henry, 3 consecutive games where he's had a fumble. And yet John Harbaugh skates on all of the criticism because we know the organization is functional and they don't make rash decisions in terms of pivoting off of quality head coaches. And let me be clear about this aspect of it. I'm not saying that John Harbaugh is not a good coach. I think he's one of the finest coaches in the NFL. I do question whether or not this group of men can get to where they want to go with John Harbaugh leading them.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality.
It is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you played the rest. Now play the best.
Brian Bulaga on Wilde Tausch is brought to you by Surfside. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka. It's light, refreshing, and has zero bubbles. It's perfect for a day on the golf course or a day at American Family Field. Cheers to Surfside.
Some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous
Time for our famous friend.
Yeah, I do.
Time for me to tweet out the fact that our famous friend is on the programs. Let me introduce him so I can get that taken care of. Mark Tauscher is a Packers Hall of Famer. I don't know what the holdup is on this guy, but he'll be there soon.
Has he been retired 5 years yet? When did Brian retire?
Why don't you
His
just
last season was 21, right? Your last season was 2021?
Yeah.
So your
5 years
eligibility is
I think.
approaching.
I think it's starting up here pretty soon.
Uh-oh.
Jesse.
But in fairness, I don't know.
We would like to be able to hear him.
Well, I would like to be able to hear him.
I don't even
too.
know if that's part of the criteria.
I don't think so. Mark Murphy retired, and then like 2 weeks later, he went to the Hall of Fame.
He was forced out, though.
So was Brian.
I guess we're all forced.
Exactly,
Actually, we're all
so were
forced
you.
out. So, yeah, it's all right. To hell with it, Brian. Yeah, okay. There
Get
you
him
go.
in there. Let's
My
go. Brian, we love your smile. We like your voice better. Jesse, fix this. Come on.
Oh, boy.
I just asked Brian. He might have to do something on his end. If not, I'm going to call him on the phone.
Oh, boy.
All right, you know what? Let's
we haven't
do
had this
this
issue in like a year. This is
right. But here, let's do.
uncharacteristic.
This is actually a blessing in disguise.
Should we see if we can't read Brian's mouth?
Yeah, what's up with Zach
and then
Tom?
interpret what he's saying?
I'm not a lip reader.
Might be kind of fun.
Sweep together. We said sweep together. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get this fixed. And this way we don't have to take we don't have to take a break. What are we talking to?
Just a one-shotter. And we might be able to get out by 10:15. That's not bad. Not a bad idea.
All right. So we will work on repairing our connectivity with Brian Bulaga. I will take this opportunity to tell you, and Brian, if we could hear him, he would agree that Gruber Law Offices is the best in the business. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Go to the website, gruber-law.com. You know how much I love David. He's a good friend, and I hope I never need his legal advice because I've been seriously injured. I hope you don't either. But if you have been, there's only one call to make. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. We will reconnect with Brian Bulaga, and then we're just rolling, baby. 30 straight minutes until 10:23 at the rate we usually go. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
A rivalry that dates back decades. It's the Green Bay Packers. It's the Dallas Cowboys coming up on Sunday Night Football. Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones joined 105.3 The Fan in Dallas on Tuesday and was asked if there's a little bit extra juice for this game as Micah Parsons returns to Dallas.
I do. Have said this time and time again. I think the world of Micah. And I might say I wish him well, except it's obvious I don't this weekend.
Audio courtesy 105.3 The Fan. Bulletin board material, anybody? Packers-Cowboys Sunday Night Football. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. Wisconsin veterans, your safety and well-being matter to us. As a community, we value the strength and resilience you've shown in serving our nation. The Captain Mason Veteran Peer Outreach Project is committed to preventing veteran suicide and firearm safety. They're dedicated to connecting veterans with peers who understand the struggles and can offer a helping hand. Talk to someone who understands. Call 414-955-8910 or go to veteranpeeroutreach.org. Brought to you by VA Sergeant Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders visit Wauwatosa West this Friday.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Watch Friday at 7 exclusively on the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous friends. Yeah, I do.
Try this again with our famous friend. And we'll keep him as long as an episode of Criminal Minds doesn't break out in his neighborhood. It is Brian Bulaga on Wilde Tausch. Brian, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Hey, look at you.
Hey,
look at you.
Quick question. We all know what a great teammate you were, just like Tausch was a great teammate to you, mentoring you when you arrived to take his job. When someone makes a mistake that makes you look bad, which is what Jesse did, right? You're sitting there, you're talking, we can't hear you. And Jesse admitted privately and now publicly, because I'm telling you, that it was his fault. It was a mistake by him. He Matt LaFleur'd it there, except that actually was his fault. How do you handle that as a teammate? You just say, do you thank him for acknowledging his screw up?
I got my guy. I got my guy. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess when something like that happens, and publicly, it's nice, because it never really gets admitted publicly, right? I mean, unless it comes out days later. And once it comes out days later, the damage has been done technically, right? Like, I mean, it's already gone through the media publicly. You've been scrutinized for it. And normally it's a back page story at that point, right? Like, I mean, so they came out and they said it was actually my fault. I should have done this. And people have moved on already, right? Like, you're on to the next thing. So it's backstory. So it doesn't matter. I mean, you appreciate the person taking accountability, but it's kind of, you've moved on, right? If it happens in the moment, you appreciate it a lot more.
What if Sitton tells him again it was your fault?
Oh, burn. That would never happen, Brian.
No, that never happened. That never happened. That would have never happened.
Jason, you are a real pot stirrer. Look at what he's doing. And then we wonder why nobody likes the media. Oh, boy, right here, stirring that pot.
Yeah, I mean,
all right. I mean, I
know.
Hey, my grade shouldn't have been that low. That was actually Bulaga. He didn't slide down on that protection.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I never got 4 footballs from Bob. I know that. I never got the 4 footballs from Bob. On performance.
Well, that's why you're not in the Hall of Fame yet. So, Brian, let's get your just kind of overarching perspective of what happened in Cleveland on Sunday, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the offensive line and Jordan Morgan's lack of versatility, it would appear, and some of the other aspects of how that played out. But what was kind of your overarching view of the Packers' first loss of the season and the Browns' first win of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll start with the positive, and the positive was that the defense continues on, right? I mean, the defense continues on looking the exact same way as they did the first 2 weeks, right? I mean, I get Cleveland's offense is bad. But you still got to go out there and play, and the Packers defense did exactly that. They went out there and played, and they played the exact same way. So there's the positive to that. They did exactly what they needed to do. And I think, there were 13 points on the board, but you could say it shouldn't have even been that, because I think the interception set up 7 of those. You could say, right? I mean, they put them on the doorstep. Mm-hmm. So I think the defense did exactly what they needed to do in that game, even if they did allow 13 points, right? Like, you give up 13 points in a game, I think everyone expects to win the game, right? Like, I think no matter what, like, if your defense gives up 13 points in a game, you're going, okay, probably should win this football game. So regardless of the fact, Packers defense staying on track with exactly how they performed in the first 2 weeks. So let's start there. On the flip side, I mean, obviously it starts play 1, right? I mean, Zach Tom goes out there, and whether I thought he was ready, which I have no idea, I have no inside information, just based on what he was saying.
Blue, before you jump in there, I heard Jason say this Friday on our show, and I am not up there. I'm not scouring injury reports. I see the same thing that fans and everybody else do. When Jason said Zach Tom couldn't run straight ahead on Friday, I immediately thought, he ain't playing. And then you're going to ask him to block Myles Garrett and everything else. So I love the fact that he tried to gut it out, but those are the things that set you back when you do that. And I know we both have had this where the training staff trusts you in understanding that you know that you can go out and do what you need to do, but you can't practice that stuff. Everybody feels good on Friday when you just don't have to move the way you need to. And that domino effect, I believe, was a huge part of why the offensive line had one of its worst days since I've been doing this job. Continue.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you kind of said it for me. Like, it starts there, right? I mean, you start there, and regardless if you think he's ready or not, it's one play. He comes out, and it starts immediately with they insert Jordan Morgan there. And that, to me, was the biggest head-scratcher move because, again, I'm not in the building. I'm not at practice. I don't know who's taking what reps, but from all indications, I thought Belton was going to start the game, right? Like, that was my thought going into this game, was that Belton was starting. So when I saw him going down, I'm like, okay, well, Belton's going in, and this is exactly what they had already planned for anyway. So, okay, they should be prepared. And then I see Jordan Morgan go in there, and then the first play, it's a sack, and it looks completely it looks like a disaster the next snap. And it just continued on that way, right? Like, and it just, nobody looked settled. No one looked comfortable. And it was just like a snowball effect on. And we continued to see, which, again, like, I don't want to continue to, like, beat this drum, but, like, we continued to see the run game not there. And I get Cleveland's really good against the run. Right. Like, and I understand that but like at some point here, like, there has to be some life in this thing, right? Like, we got to see life in this run game because it's such a big part of this offense. It is a vital part of this offense because what it does for the passing game and the play action and movement and pocket movement and, like, moving the launching point. And when you're going against these teams with great pass rushers like Myles Garrett, you need to move the launching point. Like, you have to do it. You have to get Jordan and move him around. And if you can't run the ball, like, you're not going to do a play action because nobody thinks you can run the ball. So, like, it doesn't matter. To me, it's starting to. I'm not saying it worries me, but, like, this week in Dallas, you have to run the football. Like, you have to start putting it on tape that, like, this is an emphasis. Like, it has to become an emphasis that we are going to be a team that is running the ball because, like, it is such a vital part. And then, obviously, Banks goes out, and then we switch Jordan Morgan again. And then Belton goes in. Mm-hmm. So now and this goes into things that, like, we've talked about on this show. Yep.
He would like you to acknowledge his sound effect for dominoes, please.
It's my dominoes all falling.
Okay.
The dominoes,
tell him how
and
great it is,
cascading.
and then continue your
He doesn't need to say how great it is, Jason, but it is. I want to just keep reiterating that you can't just throw people at different spots. Blue, it's unfair to Jordan Morgan's a big boy. He is a first-round pick, and nobody should feel sorry for him. But what they've done, they are not putting him in the best position to succeed. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I said it on Monday to Homer. I go, listen, I'm not making excuses for him. I'm not doing any of that. But, like, you put him out there at right tackle, a place that he hasn't taken any reps, there's going to be mistakes. Most likely he is not going to play well out there. There is a good chance that things aren't going to go well. Like, I'm just going to say that. Like, it's probably not going to go well. And he false starts. He sees 95 lined out there up against him. Yeah, probably not going to go well. Like, I mean, it's just
Look out!
Dead honest.
Look out!
That clip is that's not
that
good.
Is
that's
funny,
not a good
and
clip.
I think, Blue,
boy.
we could say that's happened to all of us at some point where you're late on the snap count. Now, what Myles Garrett did there with one step is why he's a blanket freakazoid. It's unbelievable what he did.
Oh gosh, that's I I'm like, and now with the technology, how clear as day as that is, like that's very clear. You hear everything. It's just, oof, boy.
It's not where you want to be.
No, oof, gosh, yeah, not good. But it's just like things. If you move him there and expect him to like play well, it's probably not going to happen. Like he's been playing left guard. And like, okay, you asked him to go play right guard. Okay, yeah, I mean, I think he could go do that.
He rotated there in the opener, right?
Yes. You ask him to play left tackle. He did that in preseason. He could probably play left tackle and do a serviceable job. It's not that he's been playing there a bunch, probably in practice, but left guard. But you ask him to go play right tackle. Hasn't taken any snaps there. Maybe he took some on Friday. Maybe. I would guess not. Maybe he did, but like I don't know that. So I just don't understand the move. But then you up and move him again. And now here he is. And now you're asking the other guys to play next to someone different. And now they're communicating next to someone different. And this is what I was getting into. When you start moving guys around all in within a game and you're asking guys to play next to different people, it's not easy. And you're playing this game of like, oh, well, he's versatile. I could plop him here, and then I can move him here, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's never worked, and that's why, like, whenever, like, and again, maybe this is old school mentality. It was always a like for like change, and then you figure it out next week. Like,
that's what Brian, I was just going to ask you that. So if you're Steno and you're butt kiss, don't you just say, all right, this is what we're doing. If something happens to Elton, we're going here, and then after that game, we will revisit, at least give guys a week's worth of practice to do it. And I know things got crazy. Zach gets hurt immediately, and Banksy goes out, and then old boy's got to slide out to Shido's spot because his helmet gets busted up. So I know this was an aberration, but what would you do right now if you said your starting five are back healthy for the Cowboy game? You telling Jordan Morgan prep for both guard spots, or what? How are you gonna? What would you do going into this week in Dallas?
If I had my full five starting back, is what you're saying.
Yep.
I mean, if I had my starting five back, yeah. I mean, I would go Jordan Morgan, preps for the inside two. Belton probably is the swing tackle, is the way I would look at it.
Which is what he was. Because then, when Sheed goes out for a couple of snaps, they move him to left tackle. And they bring in Darian Kennard to play right tackle. Clearly, they don't think Darian Kennard can play left tackle. Because you just put Belton in at right tackle, and then you move him again. So you move two guys twice in the same game. And look, I don't think Zach Tom is playing this week. I don't think Aaron Banks is playing this week. I think, what's the old saying, once bitten, twice shy? I think those guys are getting shut down. They're going to then have the bye week next week, and then the hope is that you're able to hit the reset button on both those guys, because that was as Tausch likes to say, a blank show. And it was the worst, one of the worst teams you could have that happen against, because you were already going against a good defensive front.
Yeah, the only thing that was missing was Gooch. Putting Gooch in at right guard. That's the only thing that I think we could have been more of a blank show if the Goochinator was back and they threw him at right guard.
What's your scouting report on Gooch as a guard? Were you lined up next to him in that game?
Heavy hands.
No, I didn't. I didn't line up next to him, but heavy hands, nasty attitude. Maybe not a full grasp of the offense. Not a full understanding of the concept.
I bet he was a mauler.
Mauler. Nasty attitude. Not overly coachable.
That's why. That's why he was such a late ad. So, Blue, what did you think of? Listen, Cleveland's interior, and LaFleur said this to his credit. Obviously, everybody knew going in how great Myles Garrett is, and he is. We saw it on the clip. Like he is a boss. But their interior guys, Malik Collins, is it? And then their first-round pick from Michigan. They're really good players. Elton, it seemed as if Elton, and you watched the tape a heck of a lot more closely than I do, Elton struggled. where are we at, do you think? Because this is the part of the – can we get this fixed when everybody's back?
So Elton I mean, okay, so first road game, right? First road game, silent count. First time going through those mechanics, right? Going through the mechanics of head between your legs, doing silent cadence, picking your head up and snapping the football and re-identifying things as your head is coming up and snapping a football and adjusting to movement on the fly. Like, those are things that, as a guard, you don't have to do, right? You're seeing those things as they're happening. As a center, you have to adjust to that as you're picking your head up and snapping the football. And those are trained things. Like, that's not just something you are just able to do, right? Like, that's something that takes guys years to do, or they're centers their whole lives, and that's just how they're trained to do it, right? Like, and he missed time probably when they did that in Indy, when they went on the road to Indy and they did the joint practice. Most likely they did silent cadence there and they practiced it there. And it's just something that when you miss those types of reps, you don't get practice at it. And that's where I saw Elton struggle, was movement. And there were reps that in pass pro, like, he was sliding he'd be sliding and there'd be movement across his face, and he just missed it, right? And he'd be sliding, he'd be picking his head up, there'd be movement, and he would get to it so late, like he'd be late redirecting to it. And again, I don't like making excuses for anybody. Like, again, it's not something I do. It's, you got to be able to do it. Like, you have to be able to do it, pick these things up, but like, these are repetitions. Like, these are things that, and when you move someone to center that hasn't played center full time, right? And it's your first road game. These are the growing pains that come with this. Like, this is part of the
hard spot.
This is part of the, this is part of the adjustment of putting someone in center that isn't a center from day one. Like, that's part of it, right? So, do I think he can fix it? Yes, I do. I mean, I do think he can fix it. Like Malik Collins, he was in Dallas, so he's been in that system. Yeah, he's been in that system of a lot of, like, the Marinelli, like, that's all they used to do is just move. That's all they did, just quick one-gap movements, stemming, and, like, that's all they used to do. So, like, he's very good at those things. And when you have D linemen that do, one gap stems and quick movements, and you're a center that isn't used to, having his head between his legs and snapping it and sliding, and that type of stuff's going on, it's going to be tough. And I think he'll be fine. I think he could pick it up, but it just takes reps to do it. And I get it. Now we're 3 games in, and you're thinking, well, do we have time? Like, is there time to pick this up? I mean, yes, there is. There is time. And, Dallas would be a good start. And I get, like, Kenny's there or whatever it may be. Is Kenny even going to play? I saw he got hurt. I don't know if he's even going to be active or not.
Good question.
I don't know how severe the injury is. If Kenny doesn't play, that's terrible for Dallas. It's even worse for Dallas. But Elton's a pro. He's going to watch the tape and evaluate himself critically, right, as he would regardless. So I think he'll be fine. But I think everyone on that offensive line, man, I mean, I think Rob told me the stat, 42% pressure rate on dropbacks.
That was not a good
day.
Nope.
That is a brutal number, man. Like, I just, it's a rough number. I know if that was a room that I was in, or Tausch, if that was a room that you were in, that would be a really bad meeting. Like, that would be
Blue, and that's why I'm not overly concerned. There's now the fact that we're probably down our 2 highest paid O linemen moving forward. That the focus, even if you had won that game, guys in that room and the coaches were going to be all over this group because it was not a good day. They didn't run it great. You protected in one of the worst ways that we've seen with Jordan Love. So the boys will be focused, and good news for them, they don't have to worry about Micah Parsons, and they might not have to worry about Kenny, and it will be a good time to get right because you've seen what some of these other offenses have been able to do. So, Blue, with all that, under that kind of metric and what we saw, am I crazy to say Matt LaFleur had no business even thinking about throwing the football with Jordan? And again, I've said this Monday, I said it yesterday, Jordan can't make that throw. But you have to understand the big picture. And the big picture was you didn't protect well. You didn't run it well. Your defense was dominant. Punt the ball, make them go 80, and you're walking out of there with a 10-3 win. And they didn't do that. And I don't say do that every week. If you're playing Baltimore, Buffalo, or you're playing somebody that you fear offensively can go with getting 4 downs, go ahead and throw it. But for that game in that circumstance, don't even think about it. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I mean, you're not crazy. I mean, and that's like that was the big question we talked about Monday, and you could still talk about it today. And obviously, if it's me, and obviously I'm Mr. Run the ball. I love running the ball. Yeah. I mean, I'm turning around and handing it to 8, right, and I'm taking my chance. It's a 3rd and long 3. Obviously, I think the Browns are expecting Green Bay to throw the ball. You're looking at the way the safety's jumping the routes. He's jumping the routes at the sticks. He's expecting a throw there. He even cuts Tucker Kraft loose because that Tucker Kraft comes open on the opposite side of that route and jumps the route for the pick. So, and the thing is, Jordan Love, regardless if the decision's bad, been pressured all day. So in his mind, he's already I got to get rid of this ball because what's been happening to me all day is pressure. 42% of the time, that gets to you regardless of who you are. It gets to you. Hang on to that ball a half second later, whether, you have the time or not, Kraft is open. Right, but that's hindsight. I don't play the position. I'm just looking at the tape. That's just me looking at it from the bird's eye view of it. But that's what Cleveland was expecting us to the sticks throw, right? That's just what they did. But that's something Matt now, he hasn't had, and again, I don't know what he's thinking at the time or on the sidelines or what his mentality is. Hasn't had a defense that he knows they're that good. They're definitely not the worst Cleveland's going to get there is 3. They're good. At the best, Cleveland will get is 3 if we punt it back to them, right? So it's a learning situation, I think, for the quarterback. I think it's a learning situation for Matt. I think it's for everyone in general in that situation. It's kind of a watch it, learn from it, and kind of take that in because we all look at it too, because I looked at it, a bunch of times, just not the play, but I thought about it. And you played with Aaron and Brett, and I only played with Aaron. I know I played with Herbert too. If I had to take a guess in that situation, Aaron's taken the ball and thrown it, and now Herbert's taken the ball and thrown it too. So that's most likely what's happening with both of those guys in that situation. That's what they're doing. If I'm taking a guess, Aaron's going to throw it, and Herbert's probably going to throw it.
That specific pass and getting picked off?
No. I'm saying the ball's going to be in their hands. Is what I'm saying. They're going to have the ball. Is what I'm saying. Is
yeah, but Blue, I would argue if the game flow was the same as this, I don't want Rodgers. I don't know if I even want Tom Brady throwing it. You're going to win the game. That's all these guys care about.
I get it. I'm not saying that what you want or what anyone at home wants. I'm just saying, what are the odds that with the people, with the coaches on the sidelines, who their guy is, who is their, if the game's on the line, who are you putting it in the hands of? That's what they look at, and who's their guy, and the guy is their quarterback.
Sure.
That's
you pay him $55 million a year for him to have the ball in his hands.
Fellas, I agree. I agree in most cases, but you have to understand they couldn't move the ball.
No, we're agreeing with you. We're saying what Matt LaFleur is thinking.
I understand.
I agree with you.
And I'm saying Matt LaFleur needs to – no, I get it, guys. I'm saying Matt LaFleur and Jim Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin or whomever it would be, if you're in that spot, you always want analytics, and all these guys are a lot more aggressive than when I played. It was a lot more conservative running the football.
No one's
But
ever throwing
this
that
case
ball when you were
specific,
playing.
This case specific, you run it, and if you don't get it, you punt it, and you win the game. And that's rare, but that Browns team is rare. Great defense, El Stinko on offense, and your defense is now dominant. And I think that's where Matt and the staff have to kind of get their head wrapped around the fact that until proven otherwise, this defense is dominant. They're not good. Oh, they're not. Yeah. Well, we might give something up late. They're dominant. And you're going to now ask with 3 minutes and no timeouts, Micah and Rashawn and Devontae and Van Ness get to go hunt? Because they ain't running it. They're going to hunt. And you know what? Joey Flacco is going to be the slow gazelle that gets wolfed down and eaten by the hunters. That's what's going to happen.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with your points. I'm not here saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm literally just looking at it from a perspective of just put it in your quarterback's hands. That's all. That's the only thing I'm looking at it from. It's all I could think of. I'm in the huddle there. I'm playing, and play comes in. Scat 200, why stick? And I just kind of look in the huddle. I'm like, here we go. Scat 200, 3rd and 3. And then walk the line. Here we go. Scat 200. And that'd be the call. And like that, that's what I'm thinking. It's, Scat 200 game. Got a big duel here. Got a big duel.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? If it's versus Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers that have scored 24 points, or if it's against Tom Brady and the Patriots, or Joe Burrow and the Bengals, I'm on board. That's not what you had, and that's why I think it was the wrong play. That's all.
Believe me, I'm turning around and giving it to 8. I'm turning around and giving it to 8. If he gets a yard, gets 2 yards, whatever at that point. Because then you kill it down and you're punting it with 2.
They've got one timeout left. They've only got one timeout left.
They burned that timeout. They got 3 minutes, probably 3 and some change to go 80 blanking yards when they haven't went 30 yards all day.
Right.
Yeah.
But
there
we go.
Brian, we're glad we got you connected. Thank you for the effort on your end, even though it was Jesse's fault. Way to be a good teammate to him. Enjoy your day in your neighborhood. I hope everything's good in the neighborhood. And
It's not. Apparently, there's DE agents walking down my street right now.
All right, so
I can't go outside.
I didn't know if we were bringing that up or not. So you made it through your segment without anybody busting down your door, so that's good. But what exactly is occurring in your quiet little cul-de-sac?
Apparently, there's a manhunt for somebody, and it's like a federal deal, and I can't go outside. There's helicopters circling around. The sheriff's department's in here. It's a federal.
You get a text to say stay in your house, or how do you know you can't go outside?
It's a great question.
By the community, the HOA said stay inside, lock your doors, don't answer it unless it's a federal or a officer.
Wow.
So
and they're not. I can tell you they're not hunting for LaTroy Guion, although he was arrested, and he's apparently still in Green Bay. I sent you guys the link from WFRV TV up here. He's found a new business up here in Green Bay, allegedly. So he's up here. So they're not searching for him in your neighborhood. Brian,
no.
Stay safe. We'll see you next time. We appreciate you.
Sounds good. Take it easy.
That is Brian Bulaga. Never dull in the neighborhood. Hopefully everything's all right there. We will get ready for Mike Greenberg, who is scheduled to appear at 10:30. But before we can do that, I need to tell you about Lakeland Supply. Core values are an important piece to any successful business, and Lakeland Supply is no different. They've been displaying their core values in the industrial supply space for over 40 years. Integrity, excellence, stewardship, partnership, and faith. They're ISO certified, a Future 50 winner, top rated in customer satisfaction, and they believe in giving back to the community. And Lakeland isn't one of those catalog companies. I'm all choked up talking about them. They work to be your packaging and supply expert, building plans around what you want. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. So set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, in Milwaukee College Prep, Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com. That's 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
While the Brewers dropped 2 out of 3 games to the Cardinals in St. Louis this past weekend, the Reds' 4-game sweep over the Chicago Cubs gave the Brewers the NL Central title. Here's what manager Pat Murphy had to say about clinching the division.
To clinch the division is really special. We didn't play great this weekend by any means, but these guys have been limping. We've had a ton of adversity, and I'm just proud as heck to be part of that group because they're winners, and they've proven it, and no one thought they could.
The Brewers will now head to San Diego to take on the Padres for their last road series of the year.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. Getting ready to talk to Mike Greenberg, the bottom of the hour, which is going to be here before you know it. You love your sound effect of the dominoes falling.
Yep.
What do you think will happen now on Sunday in Dallas from an offensive line standpoint? So they don't have the same thing.
I think it's going to be pretty easy. You're going to put Belton at right tackle, and you're going to put Jordan Morgan at left guard. That's what I think will happen.
Yeah,
and
we'd be
then
foolish not to.
The question then is what happens after, and I think Kennard will then be your swing tackle, right? Isn't that kind of what you envision happening if something goes on?
Yeah, I don't think they trust. He didn't play a lot of left tackle in Philly. I talked to him when he first got here. He said he's much more comfortable at right guard and right tackle. So I would assume that he is the backup at right guard and right tackle if that's how they start the game, and that they would swing Belton to left tackle if something happened to Sheed.
Okay.
That would be my theory. All right. Before Tausch tells us about Quick Trip, we are giving away a copy of Mike Greenberg's, and Mike Greenberg's scheduled to appear at 10:30, new book with Hembo, his producer, Got Your Legends. And it reviews all of the major professional sports franchises in the United States and determines their 4 legends of each franchise, or as you might know it on our program, your Mount Rushmores. And we're going to give away a signed copy of the book, signed by Mike Greenberg, right? Not signed by like
Joe
Jesse.
Thomas. No, I think Joe Thomas is signing.
Okay.
It is signed by Mike Greenberg, yes.
All right. So, Jesse, how do you want to do this?
So, off air, I would like to take phone calls right now.
Off air?
Yes. We are not going to do these on the air because we want to, keep it off the air because they could go for a little bit.
We're not going to do it on the air because we want to keep it off the air.
I'm having a good morning here. Yes. We want to keep it off air so that it's a secret if you're correct
if
or
you turn
incorrect.
out to be right.
Right. So what we're looking for in advance.
Right about what?
In advance of the 4. In advance of Greeny's appearance, where we're going to discuss and potentially debate the 4 legends of the Green Bay Packers, we want you to call in for your chance to win the signed copy of the book by sharing who you believe Greeny and
Can I guess?
Hembo.
And if I'm right, you're
gonna guess when we have Greeny on.
Well,
could you just let Jesse get this going?
Is exactly why we're doing this the way we're doing it, is so
I
you
wanna
don't
guess.
spoil it. Yes, I know you
but
want
I
to
like
guess,
guessing.
which is why we're going to do this off air so that you don't spoil the contest for everyone
That's probably
else.
Smart.
I'm out of the contest.
Jesse, that is smart production by you.
And then
I would.
We're doing it ahead of time so that when Greeny comes on, you can debate with Greeny if he got it right or wrong.
All right. So call right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Jesse is going to take your Mount Rushmore Packers foursome. And then if you turn out to be right and your foursome is the same as Greeny's in the book, you will get the signed copy of the book. That's how this is going to work. 844-770-3776. In the meantime, Tausch is going to tell us about Quick Trip, where the girls and I were after gymnastics practice last night again.
This fall, the Quick Trip Gatorade Border Battle is on, and whether you're Team Purple or Green and Gold proud, either way, you could score the ultimate fan experience. 2 turf sweet tickets to the Week 18 Vikings Packers showdown at U.S. Bank Stadium, plus $250 Quick Trip gift card to fuel your fandom. All you got to do, buy any Gatorade with your Quick Rewards account, and you earn bonus Fan Zone points. Packers, Vikings. Let the Quick Trip Gatorade Border Battle begin. No purchases necessary. Full details are at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. And don't miss out on Quick Hot Savings. Nature's Touch Milk, $2.99 a gallon. Nature's Touch Butter, $2.99 a pound. Quickery Buns, 2 8-count packs for $2.22. And still grilling season. Propane Exchange, $22.99 is the refill price for that. Quick Trip's got you covered. We'll see ya
next time.
There we go.
844-770-3776. Jesse will keep taking your calls. We'll be back next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, congratulations on your 20th anniversary with Good Karma. The 20 years went fast. Thanks for everything you do for us here at Marquette Basketball. You are one of a kind. Let's go get 20 more years.
Hey, Home Slice, just wanted to say congratulations on your anniversary with the company. Also just wanted to remind you that the Bears still suck, but so do the Brewers. Homer, World Series 0, Maria Sapienza 1.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
A rivalry that dates back decades. It's the Green Bay Packers. It's the Dallas Cowboys coming up on Sunday Night Football. Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones joined 105.3 The Fan in Dallas on Tuesday and was asked if there's a little bit extra juice for this game as Micah Parsons returns to Dallas.
I do. I've said this time and time again. I think the world of Mike. And then might say I wish him well, except it's obvious I don't this weekend.
Audio courtesy 105.3 The Fan. Bulletin board material, anybody? Packers Cowboys Sunday Night Football. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
When I close my eyes, I can see you in my sweatshirt, dancing around that college bar. These days I don't know where you are, but I get to keep these memories forever. Oh, I
remember. 844-770-3776. You can call Jesse, give him who you think are the 4 legends that would be on the Packers Mount Rushmore and see if yours match Mike Greenberg and Hembo's in their book. And then
they didn't put Mike on there, did they? I hope. They put Mike.
Micah Parsons is not one of the 4. I can promise you that.
Don't be giving out hints now.
The book was written before they acquired Micah Parsons. He's not on there.
Here's what we're gonna do, because I don't mind keeping most of our guests waiting, but I don't want to do that to Mike Greenberg. So I want you to guess or give your 4. We're not going to tell you if that's the same as what's in the book or if you're right or wrong. You can debate that with Greeny. But we want to know who your 4 are, and then you can tell us about AmFam, and then we'll talk to Greeny after that.
So you want me to tell you right now?
Right now,
Give
this
us
very
your
moment,
4,
yes.
but
Who are your 4?
We're not going to
Can I ask a quick question?
No,
Can I
you
ask
have
a
to
quick
just
question?
give your 4. Please,
All right.
we're trying to stay on time.
Lombardi, Starr, Rogers, Favre.
Thank you for your opinion. Tell us about AmFam, please.
It's the right one. American Family Insurance is a proud partner of Wilde Tausch since 1927. Thought about Curly Lambeau? Nah, I didn't put him on there. They've been committed to making life better with outstanding home and auto protection. Don Hudson's probably back in the 20s, too. Also, you're free to enjoy your dreams, so insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Mike Greenberg, scheduled to appear next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
For every athlete, every fan. Whether you're suiting up your team or rallying your fan base, Alpha Custom Apparel brings fresh, affordable designs to the field, court, or stands. We outfit schools, clubs, leagues, and fans with gear that turns heads and builds pride. Need uniforms, spirit wear, or fan merch in a hurry? Our quick turnaround and unbeatable Midwest-based service means you'll be ready for game day in style. Quality designs, comfortable fits, local service you can trust. Create with us at alphacustomapparel.com.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitations. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So, Jesse, you have our winner. Is that correct?
I just talked to Mike in Sheboygan. It took us about 20 tries to get our winner identifying the 4 Packers legends. We had a lot of different options.
You're doing okay? That's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work during the break.
He's going to take tomorrow off.
I might have to.
No, he's taking Friday and Monday.
Is it the same as Tausch's?
It is. Tausch was right.
Is that right? Let's go.
Tausch had it.
That's going to make it hard. That's going to make it hard for Tausch to debate Mike Greenberg on the 4 that he chose, since the 2 of them chose the same 4. Joining us now, he's the GOAT when it comes to this. We stole the Mike and Mike concept for Wilde and Tausch. Works great for us. It worked for them for many, many years. And now, while I'm watching Good Morning America, Tausch is always watching Get Up. It is Mike Greenberg on Wilde and Tausch. Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me on. And I'm delighted to hear that you had the same 4 we did, because I will tell you, and I'll explain that it sounds like you've already set up the concept of the book for the listeners, which is wonderful, and I appreciate it. I will tell you that of all the people who saw advanced copies of it, one of the biggest bones of contention that we got was including Rodgers ahead of Curly Lambeau. Now, the Packers have as rich a history. The Packers are the number. So there's 2 conceits to the book. One of them is we rank every team in sports from 1 through 124. Every team in the NFL, the NHL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball. And then we choose the Mount Rushmore for each of those franchises. What we're talking about here is the Mount Rushmore that we chose for the Packers. And can I give it away? Can I say what it is?
Well, Tausch already gave it away, so yes, go right ahead.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
We chose Lombardi and the 3 quarterbacks, Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers. We're leaving out, and we acknowledge as I write the essay, leaving out Curly Lambeau and Don Hutson, among others. It should also be pointed out that we rank all of these teams in tiers. So the top tier, which is 4 teams, has the number 1 team in each of the 4 sports. And the Packers are the number 1 team in the NFL. The Packers are the greatest team in pro football history. As we write at the very beginning of the chapter about them, they are the flagship franchise of America's most popular sport. They've played in their original city longer than any other team in the NFL, and they are the league's most decorated team with 13 championships. I don't know that that's stuff that all fans, even the most knowledgeable fans, even those right there in Packerland, are aware of. So that's one of the things about the book that I'm most proud of and excited about, is that we write a lot about sports history. Then to have omitted Lambeau particularly, and to me, Don Hutson requires at least being mentioned, but to have omitted Lambeau was a really hard decision. As we write in here, it might have been the most challenging for any franchise across this entire project because of just how important he was, not only to the early history of the Packers, but to the early history of the entire NFL. But we ultimately made the decision that if we were going to break ties, we're going to break them in favor of players. And particularly quarterbacks, the idea that you have a greater trio of quarterbacks than any other franchise in the entire league in Starr and Favre and Rodgers, it just felt we could not leave them off. But I will tell you that has been probably the most passionate debate and disagreement that I have received from anybody were those who felt we should absolutely have put Lambeau on ahead of either Favre or Rodgers.
What about Reggie, Mike? Was Reggie White, because that was the hard part I had. I thought Curly Lambeau, and then you go back to Don Hudson, but in fairness, we never saw any of those guys play. We know Don Hudson was way ahead of the curve receiving compared to what it was in that era. But Reggie White's impact and how he came in and changed the culture of Green Bay from where it was in the 80s was critical too.
100%. It was certainly someone to consider. But when you're doing this exercise, and the worst thing about sports talk debates, as you guys know, is that when you make an argument for someone, you have to make an argument against someone else. And there's nothing on earth I want to do less than argue against Reggie White, whose impact in Green Bay was extraordinary, and whose impact as a human being I hold in the utmost regard. My old partner, you mentioned Mike Golick, played alongside Reggie in Philadelphia for years and revered him as a human being as well as a player. But the reality is, if you write the history of the Packer franchise, I just don't think you can put Reggie White ahead of. You certainly can't put him ahead of Bart Starr, and I don't think you can put him ahead of either of the quarterbacks. I mean, Brett Favre won all those MVPs. Aaron Rodgers won all those MVPs. White is an all-time great. He might be the best player at the history of his position, but he split his time pretty much evenly between two franchises. I think we had to go in favor of the quarterbacks.
The book is Got Your Legends, Ranking America's Sports Franchises and Their Most Iconic Figures. It is out now. You can get it on Amazon. I don't know if you're in a Barnes & Noble where you're joining us from or where you are, Mike, but I saw
I'm in my office, but... Yeah, I did. I just walked by the Barnes & Noble near my house yesterday, and I popped in, and they had copies, so I just signed a bunch of them, and I'll do that. But I'm glad you mentioned Amazon. I'm grateful. Amazon, while I'm doing this radio tour that I'm on for these few days, they're doing a special price. So if you order it from Amazon right now, just go to Amazon.com. The book is called Got Your Legends, and my name, Mike Greenberg, is the author. You will get it at a special discounted price if you order it right now. So nice of them to do that for us while I'm doing this tour. So if you are interested, and I always am so grateful for everybody's support, I hope the book will create good, passionate, fun debate of the best sort. You know, we have so much debate going on right now around us, and that's really important and creates a lot of anxiety. And I think the best thing we can do is take some time. I think my place in all of this is to try and create a respite from all of that for people. So if we can sit down and have a really good, passionate debate over whether Reggie White or Curly Lambeau belonged ahead of Bart Starr or Aaron Rodgers on this list, I am delighted to have that debate over a beer, and we should do that every day.
So I love the picture that you posted of you signing the random books in the bookstore because and I do believe your book will sell significantly better than the half a book that I helped write. But it is a pretty cool feeling to walk into a store and see a book with your name on it. And for my daughters who don't really care much about what I do during the course of the day, for them to see that, it was really neat. I am curious how you and Hembo came upon this concept and what made you want to do this, because obviously you've been in this game for a really long time. I'm assuming you have to have written other books along the way, right? This can't be the first book you've ever done, right?
No, quite a few. I've done quite a few books, and this is actually the third book that Hembo and I have done together. So the first book that we did was called Got Your Number. That was a concept that I actually came up with at the height of, or the worst moments of COVID, however one describes that. There were like 6 of us that came in every day. I never stopped doing Get Up. We didn't miss a single day during COVID. There were 6 of us that were in the building to do the show, and then everyone else was working remotely. And when the show was over every day, we would just sit around and talk, because you'll remember, nothing was open. There was nowhere to go. There was nothing to do. So we'd sit around and talk. And one day we got into a conversation, because we're just a bunch of old sports nerds. We got into a conversation about how many great quarterbacks wore the jersey number 12. And the executive producer of Get Up is a guy named Pete McConville. And he said, yeah, they all wore 12, but who owns the number 12? And in that moment, I thought of two things. One, the answer is Tom Brady. And two, that's a good book. So the concept of the first book we did, Got Your Number, was we took every digit from 1 to 100 and said, who owns that number in sports history? And that was our first book. It's called Got Your Number. And delightfully, with my endless gratitude to anyone listening to this show right now who bought it and supported us in this, it sold very well. And so they came to us and said, we'd like you to do another book. And now here's the third one. So this book, which is called Got Your Legends, came up. Hembo had the idea that we should do a Mount Rushmore for every team in sports. The Mount Rushmore concept is so frequently used. It's so commonplace. It's such a perfect way to distill the greatness, the all-time greatness of players and people. They're not all, as you see, Lombardi is on the Packer list. There are coaches, there are owners, there are general managers, and there are a few broadcasters who make the list for different franchises. He said, let's do the Mount Rushmore of every team. So that was a great exercise. He does all the research and I do all the writing. Then once we had chosen the Mount Rushmores for all 124 teams in the 4 sports, we needed a way to present it. Like, in what order do we place them? So the only logical way was, well, let's figure out what the best team is, and then on and on and on, and from the best all the way down to the worst. So there's 2 completely separate areas for debate and discussion. We rank every team from 1 to 124, and we do it in tiers. And then we give you the Mount Rushmore of every one of these franchises. So there's 2 areas that you can read. You can choose to agree or disagree. We have extraordinary research. Either way, there's so much sports history in the book. I wrote long chapters about each and every team, about how they came to be, about what their history is, and then about the 4 legends who represent them. So that's what the book is. That's where the concept came from. And as I say, the Packers are the #1 NFL team. They're 4th on the all-time list of the 124 teams, simply because in the other sports there are just more championships. So the Yankees are 1st, the Celtics are 2nd, the Montreal Canadiens are 3rd, and the Packers are 4th. But they are #1 amongst all NFL teams.
The Lakers are after the Green Bay Packers.
Correct. The Lakers are next. Breaking the tie between the Celtics and the Lakers, as we write in the book, was one of the hardest things that we had to do. The Lakers are 5th. They lead off the next tier. And in the end, we were really debating it. We were going back and forth. And then it was actually while we were in the process of doing the book, like of putting it together, that the Celtics won the championship last year, and that broke the tie. The Celtics now have 18 titles all time. The Lakers have 17. And we thought, if you're going to do the impossible, which is to break a tie between these two, the right way to do it is a championship. And as I write in the book, championships are everything. Championships are more important than anything else. If one team has 10 really good seasons but no titles, and another team wins 1 championship and is otherwise terrible for 9 years, I think you have to put the team that won the title ahead. That's one of the ways that we went about organizing the book. First rule, championships beat everything else. And so that was how we did it. We put the Celtics just an eyelash ahead of the Lakers. So the Celtics are in tier 1. The Lakers lead off tier 2. If you're interested, for the fans who are interested, the football team. So tier 1 has just 1 team from each sport. So it has 4 teams. The second tier has 8 teams, so 2 teams from each sport. So for the sake of this discussion, in football, the Packers are 1st, the Steelers are 2nd, and the Patriots are 3rd. And on it goes. And we write chapters about every single one of them because sports history is really my passion. I love the debate part of it. I've obviously made my living in sports debate and discussion for 30 years. But the sports history is what I really like writing about and learning about. And I hope that people, whether they agree or disagree with the decisions that we made, will learn a lot about sports history from reading this book, because that's the part of it I love the most.
So, Greeny, you just thought, and we've had this discussion because obviously I think a lot of Packer fans think and wish that we had more championships than what we've had with the great quarterback play the last 30 years. But as a fan, you're a decorated Jets fan, and you guys have stunk for a while. You would rather get that 1 championship and go 20 years and stink, or would you rather be really good and fall short? Because it's easy to say that when you get the championship, but then you live through 19 years of blah.
Well, I've lived through 19 years of blah without the championship. Yes, and look, my opinion on this may be jaded, but the 2 teams that I grew up rooting for the most passionately were the New York Jets and the New York Knicks. And the last time either of them won a championship was in the spring of 1973. I was not yet 6 years old. So as a fully formed sports fan, I've never seen either of my two teams win a title. And then my college team is Northwestern University. And, we're not in the major sports. We've won plenty of championships. Our women's golf team won the NCAA championship. Our women's field hockey team won the NCAA championship. But in the sports that people pay the most attention to, we're not championship contenders. We measure success differently. So I don't see teams win championships. So to have been there in 2011 when Aaron Rodgers is standing there and the confetti is falling on him, to have been there when Favre finally got it done, to have, God help us, lived through the Lombardi and Star years, winning 5 titles in a decade, 3 of them in a row, the most underappreciated feat in football history. People think that because the first one wasn't a Super Bowl, it wasn't called the Super Bowl, it shouldn't count. Whenever anyone says there's never been a three-peat in football, it drives me insane. Yes, there absolutely has. The Packers won 3 straight championships. They just didn't call it the Super Bowl then. So, yes, to me, I would rather have my team win just once, and then I'll live with them being bad, because I've seen them be good. I've seen them come close, agonizingly close, and fall short, and that's exactly what it is. I would underline the agony in agonizing. I would much rather have my team win a championship and then deal with bad years than never win one at all.
Get Up's Mike Greenberg, who I would describe as a long-suffering Jets fan, not a decorated Jets fan, not to correct Tausch.
There is no other kind. I mean, there's no other kind of Jets fan. We are only – how long you've been suffering just depends on how old you are, but there is no other alternative.
All right, I have a couple of quick things because I'm sure you have a bunch of other interviews, and we're excited for you about the book.
I got plenty of time. Go ahead. What do you like?
All right,
I got plenty of time.
So first of all, I love that this book is in tiers because Jesse tiers his friends. Jesse, our producer. So I'm sure he'll love this book more than anyone.
Right up my alley.
Again, I hope you don't tier your friends, Mike, because you're too good of a person to do that sort of thing. Secondly, I am curious about the other Wisconsin teams. Because I understand we don't have an NHL team here, but how did you go? Like, we know the top tier, there's lots of debates because there's so many people that could be on the Mount Rushmore of those teams, right? But when you talk about, say, the Brewers or the Bucks, what's the process for that? And how do you make sure, because it's your job to, A, sell this book, but B, make it interesting for not just Packers fans and Yankees fans and Celtics fans, but everybody. So, I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking, how did he put together the Jacksonville Jaguars Mount Rushmore? What were those processes like?
Really no different than anybody else. Just the histories were shorter, or certainly in the case of the Jaguars, the history was much shorter. But you go over the data, you see who they all were. And Hembo, again, does ridiculous research. He can do things so quickly that it would astonish you. But I'm staring at the Brewers Mount Rushmore right now. If you haven't seen it, do you want to guess who they are?
Tausch?
Bob Uecker, Robin Yount.
Yes. Yes.
You go Paul Molitor?
Yes, and then the fourth one is Bud Selig. The fourth one is you're not going to. People are always inclined to think of players and all of that. The fourth one is Bud Selig, who I think obviously best known by most baseball fans around the country as the commissioner of baseball, but was an extraordinarily important owner and important force in getting baseball back to Milwaukee and keeping baseball in Milwaukee where it absolutely belongs. I mean, there's one thing that infuriates me as a sports fan, is that there is no basketball team in Seattle. Cities that lose teams should, unless they absolutely couldn't support them and refuse to support them, should never not have a franchise. So imagine the city of Milwaukee without the Brewers now after what happened with the Braves. So we felt Selig belonged on this list for those reasons. Bob Uecker was an easy choice, and I would have written about him differently. Everyone in the world loved him. When we wrote the book, he was still with us. And then Robin Yount and Paul Molitor. So that's the Mount Rushmore. And look, it is about as good a group as you could get.
Greeny, well, let's be honest. You put Bud Selig in there because you, from your spot with Golick, you guys actually instituted change in Major League Baseball All-Star Game. You had Selig on, and we all sit here and talk. I have more ideas. Can you help me with this? Tell me if this is a crazy idea. That after the first weekend of the NFL playoffs, the 1 seed should get to pick which of the 2 teams that are remaining get to play them. How fun would that be? So, like last year, the Cowboys probably didn't want to play Green Bay. Or, you know what I mean? If you win that first round, the 1 seed gets to pick who they play, and they have to announce it. It would be great for Get Up. It would be great for TV. Tell me why that's a crazy idea.
It's not a crazy idea. It's actually a great idea. Now, part of it is that they schedule these things in advance, but that's easily overcomable. I think it would be great in every sport. I think first and foremost, reseeding should be a must, which is to say, where there are upsets, then those games should be reseeded, which happens in some sports, like in the NFL, they get the lowest seeded remaining team, but doesn't happen in all of them. So in the NBA, for example, if the 8 beats the 1, then they should then have to play the 2 rather than getting to play the 4 seed. That's not a consideration. I actually think they should try and do that in the NCAA tournament. All those things they don't do because of logistics, and maybe in some ways they are impossible. To take it the next level, which is to actually have them choose their opponent, that's something the teams don't want any part of because of the creation of hard feelings and all that stuff. But yes, as a television special, it would be unbelievable. So who was the 1 seed last year? I'm trying to think in the NFC last year. The number 1 seed was the Lions.
Detroit.
So the Lions. Now, in the NFL, the Lions, they did get to play the lowest seeded team that made it out of the first weekend. But maybe that's not, maybe for matchup reasons, that isn't who they would have wanted to play. Maybe they wanted to, maybe they would have stunned us all and said, we want to play the Eagles. Who knows? Do I think that's a good idea? No, I think it's a great idea. But it is like, you know what you are? You are like me. You are like most geniuses. You will not be fully appreciated until long after your time. That's the bottom line. We have these great ideas. And what you're referring to is the morning after the baseball all-star game that ended in a tie, we went on Mike and Mike, and people were in an uproar. And I said, I don't understand why you care that this game ended in a tie. You wouldn't have cared if the American League won. You wouldn't have cared if the National League won. If you want to make this matter, why don't you give home field advantage in the World Series to the league that wins? And the next thing you know, they freaking did it. They actually did that. And so it became known on our show as the Greenie Rule. And it lasted a long time. I think on some level it was a good idea. It certainly made more sense at a time when there wasn't interleague play, and winning the conceit of it always. In the old days, I'm old enough to remember when home field advantage in the World Series just alternated by year, because the idea was that winning either pennant was considered an equal accomplishment. So if you're just going to alternate them year by year, then there's no reason not to just give it to the league that wins the All-Star game. Nowadays, where everything is so intermixed and interjumbled, I can understand the arguments against it, and of course they don't do it anymore. But I thought it was a good idea at the time. I was mocked for it. The next thing I knew, they instituted it. So like I said, like most geniuses, we will not be fully appreciated until after our time.
All right. Greenie, I've thought extremely highly of you throughout your career. I try to mimic what you have done. But you don't have to work with him every day, so please don't ever do that again and tell him he's a genius. Now I have to bear the brunt of that. All right, last thing for you so we can let you go. As the long-suffering Jets fan that you are, we certainly saw you go through all the emotions during the 2-year Aaron Rodgers experiment. Tausch was his teammate. I did 4 years of radio shows with him and covered every minute of his career in Green Bay. He moves the needle unlike probably any athlete in sports, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. When you're looking at him with both his body of work to this point and you're watching him with the Steelers now, what are kind of your thoughts about where Aaron Rodgers currently stands?
Well, so let's put it this way. There are some Jet fans who ended the Aaron Rodgers time mad at him. I'm not one of them. I think he came with obviously high expectations, but I think he came for the right reasons. I think he came because he believed it was a place that they could win. He underestimated just how badly coached this team was. I think that was his big mistake. He looked at some of the young talent and said, I can get these guys over the top. And if he had not gotten hurt 4 plays into that, which was just terrible luck, I mean, what are you going to do? That who knows what might have been of that year. When he came back his second year, he got better as the year went on, which I think has a lot to do with more and more time removed from the injury itself. By the end of the year, I thought he was playing pretty well. The Jets led the league in losing 1-score games last year. They were in basically every game. Rodgers had them in every game. The New York Jets of 2024, when history is written, were probably the worst coach team in the history of sports. They had a bad head coach in Robert Saleh, and they fired him a month into the season and gave the job to a defensive coordinator who I've never seen anyone more in over their head in my entire life than Jeff Ulbrich was last year. So I don't blame Rodgers at all for what happened with the Jets. Do I think he is what he was at his apex? Oh, obviously not. Very few people at 41, almost 42 are going to be. But I think he's more than good enough if he had an excellent team around him to help get that team where they want to go. My question at this point is I don't know that the Steelers have that. Their defense so far has been stunningly bad. They don't run the ball. They don't stop the run. I keep saying, who are you and what have you done with the Pittsburgh Steelers? They look less like a traditional Pittsburgh Steeler team than you could ever possibly imagine. I think if you're looking at the problems in Pittsburgh now, and they are 2-1 for what it's worth, but if you're looking at the problems in Pittsburgh right now, like Aaron Rodgers is not one of them. So Rodgers is he's a polarizing guy in a lot of ways and whatever. As a player, at his best, I think he was as good as anyone I ever saw. And I still think he has enough left to put a really good team over the top. What I'm not sure of is whether he has a really good team or not.
Greeny, we were really excited when we found out you were going to do our show. I assume that someone else booked it because Lord knows Jesse wouldn't have done that. But we're super excited for the book. We're really happy for you.
Rude.
And we can't wait to... Fair. Rude, but fair.
It is rude.
We're really excited for the book. Thanks for being a part of the show today, and good luck with it.
Well, thank you so much. And again, Jesse, I would defend you, but if you tier your friends, then I suppose you probably deserve whatever it is.
How else are you supposed to decide who comes to a wedding? Tier 1 are the standards. Tier 2 is for sure in. Tier 3, that's where you start to think about it. He's coming around to it. I can see him. I can see him thinking about it.
I guess I understand that, but the actual creation of the tiers is something I think I wouldn't put it that way. Like I think I would frame it differently. But that isn't so bad, actually. You know what, Jesse? You're kind of winning me over. I'm going to need to spend a little time.
He publicly announces which tiers people are in.
Tier 1 Tyler.
Well, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. That's problematic.
I wanted to make sure you didn't leave with the wrong impression. Greeny, thanks for your time. This was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys. Got your legends. Go buy it today.
That is Mike Greenberg. Again, I am on Amazon right now. You can order it. According to this, I can have my copy as soon as tomorrow. So if you have to, if you want it immediately, you can also go to your local bookseller as well. Tausch, you look perplexed.
No, I'm not. I'm not perplexed. I thought that was really fun, and the fact that I couldn't even argue with him. I almost wish I would have said Reggie, but it's quarterbacks drive everything, and Green Bay's had it, and I think that tells the story of this franchise. Mm-hmm. Greeny hit it, and the fact that he put the Green Bay Packers at the top of the heap in the NFL. I think reminding people that we have three-peated, it just wasn't a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wisconsin sports fans are going to appreciate this book. Now, I'm guessing hoops. I don't know who he put on there for the Bucks. It's obviously Giannis, Kareem, and then I don't know. I mean, who else is he putting on there? So another good reason to go check out. And let's be honest, hopefully he takes this idea and he'll be able to push it forward. He already changed one sport.
Yeah.
If he can change this rule and get this going, I feel like my mission is accomplished.
So, okay.
You've waited a long time for this moment.
That having brought it up to Mike Greenberg with his pulpit, you believe he can
ESPN,
get this across
ABC,
the finish
Disney
line?
Relationship. We own 10% of the NFL, or the NFL owns 10% of ESPN. However it works, one of the two. I think it's probably the other way.
We'll figure out the ownership structure and talk more about our conversation with Mike Greenberg next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Oh, bake! 20 years, Homer. 20 years at Good Karma Brand. Congrats on your anniversary. Happy to call you a teammate and a friend. I just want people to know how amazing you are as a teammate and as a person, and how generous you are. There's nobody that gives more of their time and more of their resources to help others. I know you don't want anybody to know it, but you're an awesome dude, an awesome teammate, and I'm proud to call you a friend.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically screamin'.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
I'm Pat Dunphy of Cannon & Dunphy, and I'm reaching out to you today not as an attorney, but as chair of the board of directors of Guest House. It's an organization that's been dedicated to dealing with the root causes of homelessness in Milwaukee for over 40 years. Its mission is to treat the homeless with dignity and help them rebuild their lives. So help us help the homeless by investing in the Guest House and the Milwaukee community. And also consider attending our gala on Thursday, November 13th.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Thanks again to Mike Greenberg for sharing his time with us. Again, the book Got Your Legends. Find it on Amazon and all your favorite booksellers. And who knows, maybe he'll have gone by your Barnes & Noble and signed a few copies right there on the stack on the table like he did yesterday in his neighborhood. So, Tausch, you love the Mount Rushmore concept. You certainly love the archaeological dig in South Dakota as well. But what you really love is ideas. So your idea of pick your opponent, which has been test-driven by some smaller level leagues, right? I think the Women's Professional Soccer League did it. I think a hockey league did it. So it's not like it's not something that leagues have attempted. Do you have any reason, though, to believe, other than money, because you definitely would rake in some pretty good advertising dollars on the Pick Your Opponent NFL playoff show, do you ever see this in your lifetime becoming reality?
Probably not.
Even with Greenie's help?
I would be willing to bet you when Greenie and Golick were doing their show, and Greenie was sitting there talking to Golick about having the Major League Baseball All-Star Game matter, I would bet he never in a million years thought that would ever come to fruition either. Mm-hmm. And it did.
It's fair.
So do I think the odds would tell you it's not going to happen? Do I think in a league that is constantly looking to generate more revenue and be more entertaining that this doesn't make a ton of sense? Of course it does. And will they ever go down that road? I'm not going to say never. I don't think it's likely, but I'm certainly not going to say never. Mm-hmm. Nope.
Well, I don't know what they would put the odds of it happening at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, but I know that the...
Like, for instance, last year, had Green Bay beaten Philly, and Detroit had the option of playing Green Bay again, knowing what their deal was, or the Washington Commanders with a rookie quarterback and a team that... Detroit would have picked Washington. And, by the way, they got beat badly.
Yeah, correct.
But they would have passed, and, oh, baby, would that have been something. And then everybody would have said, well, Detroit lost because they ended up picking somebody and they didn't take the hand-picked team for them. How good is that? How good is that?
Hey, you know.
You know what else is good? Hard Rock Casino Rockford features over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment space, more than 1,300 slots, 50 live table games, a sports book, and a rock shop. And they also have a great entertainment venue, 23,000 square feet, premium concert and event space, more than 1,000 feet of LED screens to enhance the experience for up to 2,000 guests. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch will include double trivia. So stick around. It starts in 2 minutes.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
At Skechers, comfort is a technology. That's right. You don't just make a shoe and hope it comes uncomfortable. It takes research, innovations, compounds, engineering, and so much more to feel so comfortable you'd swear you're wearing pillows on your feet. We have features like Skechers Air Cool Memory Foam and fits like Relax Fit, Stretch Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, and so many more to make the shoe feel like it was custom made just for your foot. Plus, we have hands-free Skechers Slip-ins technology. Just step it and go. Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Of Wilde Tausch, which will include coming up double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, presented by Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Homer was bumped from today's program by Mike Greenberg, and it's my understanding that he will not be joining us this week now because nothing else fits in his schedule. Is that accurate?
That is what I heard. Yeah.
Well, you were the one who bumped.
I guess in fairness, I didn't ask him about Friday, but Friday is always like our pre-Packers stuff. So if we wanted to ask him about Friday,
bumped Domofsky.
Well, then what do we do? Then we got to figure out where Domofsky goes. What if he can't do it?
It's kind of like the Packers' offensive line. You do that sort of stuff, and look what happens. So we're going to hear from Homer from his own program, the wildly popular The Homer Hour. He does it with John Anderson once a week. He does it with Brian Bulaga twice a week. On Wednesdays, he's on his own, and Tim Van Voren and I join him as guests for segments. But he was hosting earlier this week, and, well, why don't you just hear what Uncle Homer had to say?
He got screwed to a degree, because if they had made the field goal, everybody would have said, me included, yeah, that was the stupidest play. But he still came back and got him the field goal. We can't say that because another part of the team screwed up. But look, you can win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love. You can. But you have to recognize in various situations he can make incredibly dumb plays, so you might have to limit him in some of those. It doesn't happen that often.
I was part of this discussion later on yesterday. I would say, first of all, that Jordan Love got a 20-yard pass interference penalty and a short pass that Tucker Kraft turned into an 18-yard gain. Those yards count. They got in field goal range. That all matters. But let's not say that, well, he made up for the interception with a pass interference penalty and a Tucker Kraft catch and run. He doesn't need you to make excuses for him. He knows he should have been better on that play. So that I find, again, and I disagreed with Homer on that. The idea that Jordan Love is going to make a stupid play, I'm not on board with that. He made a mistake in that critical moment, no doubt about it. But I don't think he makes a ton of stupid mistakes. Like, I think his final pass in San Francisco in the playoff game was undeniably a foolish mistake. A big, huge trip to the NFC Championship game on the line mistake. I don't know if I can look back in his 39 starts that he's made in the playoffs and the regular season and say that he so regularly makes stupid mistakes that you have to create a game plan that you are mistake-proofing to try and keep the ball out of his hands when he could make a big mistake. What say you, Mark Tauscher.
I think what I said all week is how I feel. If it is, I trust Jordan Love to go make plays. He is going to make mistakes. He's still a young quarterback, but there's plenty of guys that will make mistakes. But if you need it, you go do it. This game, we didn't need it. Maybe on Sunday we will. Maybe Dallas's offense, with some of their O-line beat up and their best receiver being out, maybe they'll score a bunch of points, and you'll be looking at it like, we can't give Dak the ball back. And if that's the case, I trust you, go do it. But it has to be, it's all situational to me. You don't pay Jordan Love the money that you did and put the belief in him if you don't think he can go make plays. But that doesn't mean you have to do that every time. There's different ways to win football games. This week is going to be different than last. And guess what? The next week's going to be different than that. And then every game has a different formula, and the great teams figure out what that formula is. There was a game, I think it was Tom Blankenbrady went into Buffalo, and he handed the ball off 30 straight times. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw for 100 yards twice. Everybody's ripping him, but whatchamacallit, Jones from Kansas City saying, y'all beat us, but this. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Now, the great quarterbacks want the ball in their hands at the end, and they want to go make plays, and that's why they're great. But the great coaches figure out, yeah, no, that's great. I know Tom can do this. I know Josh Allen can do this. I know Jordan Love can do this. But you don't have to. You don't have to. And figuring that piece of it out is, I think, very important, especially in this new version of a defensive-led football team that the Green Bay Packers are going to be, at least as I see where their offense is right now.
Jesse, we've got 2 double trivia contestants that we need to get. What?
Kind of thought you'd give them yep right there.
Yep.
There's also, I don't know if we're going to get to this, but Zach Tom not going to play Sunday. We already said that, but Adam Schefter kind of put that into the ethosphere as well, that he's not playing.
Not
right?
ethosphere.
Not expected to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He did not rule him out.
Expected to play.
Mm-hmm. Matt LaFleur should be at the podium shortly. We'll see what he has to say.
Jason, he ain't playing.
About
he ain't
playing.
Yeah. Although I said
play.
Friday Tucker wasn't going to play.
You said Zach Tom wasn't going to play, and he played.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have.
Well, he should.
We can all agree on that.
I can only do so much, Jesse. My analyzing can be right, and it can still be wrong. Like in that case.
I can only do so much, Jesse. I'm trying to get teams to be able to pick their opponents in the postseason here.
This is a big day for you. Talking to Greeny.
I called him a genius who wouldn't be appreciated until after he's gone. Hopefully that's no time soon, please. Okay. Let's get to trivia.
What?
Well, what I gave my lengthy opinion. I ceded the floor to you, and then you what? Do you wanted more from me, or you just wanted a
more from who?
Jesse, what
callers
that was a
perfect case for him. Yep.
What callers do you want?
Let's do caller 10 and caller 15.
Caller 10 and caller 15.
Why would you go 12 and 15 since the quarterbacks are the Mount Rushmores for Greeny?
Because
what about 4?
We were just talking about Jordan Love. It was fresher on my mind. Caller 10.
Or 13 because they got 13 World's Championships.
Tausch, since you're not going to ask any of the 6 questions, why don't you pick the caller numbers that we take? How
13 and 15.
There it is.
Okay, well, that wasn't that hard. 13 and 15.
Right. Why 15?
Because the quarterback that's got the most championships is Bart, and that's why he got it. And as Greeny said, championships are what it's all about. That's how you measure things. That's why. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yep.
Caller 13 and caller 15 for double Wisconsin geography trivia presented by Cousin Subs. We believe in better. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Callers 13 and 15 will play after Tausch tells us about Tito's Vodka.
Indeed, and I love a lot of stuff. Football, firing up the grill, and a solid cocktail in my hand. And it's always going to be Tito's, whether it's a bloody to start the day. If I'm out golfing, you guys know I like the transfusions. If it's at the end of the day, a little nightcap. I don't know what I'm going to go with, but I do know this. It'll be Tito's in my glass when I do that. And besides having a great drink, Tito's also is great in the community, gives back in a big way, partnering with nonprofits, doing real good all across this great country, especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka, distilled and bottled by fifth generation, and it is crafted to be savored responsibly.
Trivia's next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
Homer, I grew up listening to you growing up in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Then I got the chance to run the board for your show. What I know about you, you're going to hate every bit of complimentary thing that is said about you, but I'm a big fan. You always say I'm a homer, not an idiot. I do my best when I say I'm a Bears fan. I'm not an idiot, but obviously being a Bears fan makes me an idiot. But Homer, you're a legend. Fantastic. Always great to be around you.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Bulaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Pier Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, it's time for trivia. Geriad in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments suggesting should have taken caller 92 since Reggie was left off of Greeny's list, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, but Geriad, Jesse's been, he had to do 20 calls and listen to 20 people explain the
He did, yeah.
wrong.
He's taking tomorrow off.
I know you're being sarcastic, but that actually was pretty hard to do while also getting situated for his appearance with us.
I'm not being overly sarcastic. I'm being semi-sarcastic.
That was, of the strenuous things I've done this week, that was one of the harder ones.
That's so funny because it's true.
Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Oh, this can't be true. Is this true?
Oh, it's
Not
true.
Not one, but two first-time contestants? That's amazing. Good thing we took caller 13 and caller 15 to make that possible. Let's talk first to caller 13. It is Sam in Milwaukee. Sam, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Welcome to your trivia debut. And caller 15 in Eau Claire, big in Eau Claire with News Channel 8. It is Robert in Eau Claire. Robert, good morning. How are you?
Excited to be on with you guys.
We're excited to have you. All right, so up north, Joe did 3 questions, and Jesse did 3 questions. Jesse put up north Joe's first, so that means, Sam, you will get up north Joe's questions, and that first question is this. Joe and Jesse go to a Brewers game and are meeting at a park and ride at the intersection of I-43 and Highway 164.
Putting all our business on the street, Joe.
In which Wisconsin city is this park and ride located?
He's got this. He's got this.
Okay, Sam. Good luck. Is it Big Bend, West Bend, or somewhere around the bend?
I'll say Big Bend.
Well done.
See, it wasn't too bad.
Question
I would
one
have said
from
West Bend. I would have definitely
See, there
said
you go.
West Bend.
Good thing Sam is from the Milwaukee area because I don't like someone from Eau Claire like Robert getting that one. I don't like his chances. All right. Robert, question one for you, sir, is this. What is the actual address of American Family Field in Milwaukee? Is it 1 Brewers Way, 82 Brewers Street, or 2025 Championship Road?
Gosh, hopefully after this year it's C, but I'm going to go with A.
You are correct. 1 Brewers Way. Used to be Miller Park Way, but they had to make a change there. All right, question 2. Sam. The unfortunate final scene of the Black Hawk War, the Bad Axe Massacre.
Yikes.
Did you read these, or did you just copy and paste?
Oh, no, actually did a little editing on a couple of them. Help out Joe.
Well, why are you acting so surprised by the first two?
Because it's one thing when you read it and you say it. You're like, this sounds even worse than I thought it was going to sound.
All right. The Bad Axe Massacre took place on the Bad Axe River near present-day DeSoto. The Bad Axe River is a tributary of which major river?
Oh, my God.
Is it the Mississippi River, the Fox River, or the Wolf River?
Oh, man. I'll say the Mississippi.
I'm just going to say the deck has been stacked against you thus far. And Sam, you've done very well. You are one Bad Axe trivia player. Question 2 for you, Robert, is this. Longitudinally, which of these Wisconsin sports venues is located farthest west? Farthest west. Is it the UW Fieldhouse, the Resch Center, or Perkins Stadium?
Oh, boy. I'm going to go with A again on that one.
The UW Fieldhouse is correct. Well done.
Dang,
all right, Sam.
Question.
Let's see what preposterous question. If those were the first two, imagine how hard the third one must be.
Might be some controversy around number 3, but I'm letting it fly.
Oh,
Make someone else look bad potentially here.
Oh, you're saying that the correct answer may not be correct,
I'm
or
saying
what?
there might be some controversy depending on how this goes.
Oh, dear. Okay. Sam, I'm going to just apologize in advance.
That's all right.
Which of these state parks is named after the first governor of the state, and that's in all caps, of Wisconsin? Is it Governor Dodge State Park, Perot or Perrott State Park, or Nelson Dewey State Park?
Let's go with Dodge.
Oh, no.
Does that sound like controversy to you?
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Oh, boy.
If I was Tier 1 Tyler, I'd be super irritated.
Joe sent the questions and then said, actually clarify it's state of Wisconsin for the governor question. Henry Dodge was the first governor of the Wisconsin Territory.
Oh,
it's got governor right in the name.
Yeah. So that's why state was capitalized, because he was the governor of the state of Wisconsin, not the governor of the Wisconsin.
Well, what are you going to do? You giving him the entry or you're not?
Yeah, great question, old T.
We will review with the committee. We will put this one under review.
Who's on this committee?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay. All right, Robert.
Not Joe.
Robert, your question 3, while this is being played under protest for Sam, is this. Which of these is the name of a real city in the state of Wisconsin?
Ooh, I like this question.
Which of these is the name of a real city in the state of Wisconsin? Is it golfer, runner, or bowler?
Jesse wrote these?
I wrote this one.
He did.
I'm going bowler then.
That is
I'm going to go with it.
Smart, savvy trivia work right there. Well done. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
The committee has spoken. We're going to give Governor Dodge to Sam in Milwaukee.
I'm in a wholehearted agreement.
Yeah.
If we were close to getting back on Spotify now, we probably won't.
I don't think whether we gave him that one answer correct or not will have any implication on whether we get on Spotify, knowing why we are not currently on Spotify.
It's not going to help. We're pretty good about that. Won't help.
All right.
That's good. 6 for 6 today, huh?
Yeah, that was awesome.
With an
that
asterisk,
was really fun.
but 6 for 6.
With an asterisk.
No,
yes,
with
indeed.
an asterisk.
Asterisk.
A bad asterisk.
Bad axe massacre risk. Sam, congratulations. You got what you deserved with that third question being accepted. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Hey, can I ask you guys a Packers trivia question?
Oh,
yep.
No.
Sure.
Are they yours or up north Joe's?
Season. No, the answer is actually my buddy's grandfather. But who is the Packers' single-season interception leader? All time.
Your buddy's grandpa.
Yeah, if it's your buddy's I was going to say Charles Woodson.
Willie Wood.
I don't think that's right.
Willie Wood.
Oh.
Willie Buchanan.
Nope.
Why don't you just tell us who it is?
We do give up, yes.
Irv Comp.
Comp. You're right. I should have known that.
Come on, Jason.
Grandpa Irv.
You're supposed to know that.
Grandpa Irv. Yes, indeed. Sam, thanks for playing. We appreciate you. Robert, the bowler.
Oh, Robert's got to have a Packer trivia question now, too. That's how this goes.
Robert.
No.
Robert, what do you got?
A Packer trivia. Boy. Who was the defensive back who was pulled over the bench by Walter Payton in a game against the Bears and then got flagged a penalty for it?
Ken Stills.
Ooh. I think you're right.
Ken Stills is a good guess, but I believe it was Mark Lee.
Oh, Ken Stills was the one who hit Matt Suey an hour and a half after the play was over. Yeah. Regardless of either of those trivia questions, Irv Comp, Mark Lee, Robert, you got 3 out of 3 from Jesse's trivia. You have 4 entries as well. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Love you guys.
All right, that is double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday trivia, which was fun. I enjoyed that, and great to have 2 new contestants as well. It's also great to listen to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. You can find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher.
So
Nelly is
Bucks
next.
Plus is on Spotify?
Oh, my God.
Why'd you do that? Jason, you are such a pot stir. He just can't help himself,
That's
man.
not even in the read.
He can't help himself. You know you're going to get this reaction. That's irritating.
More next.
This is Wilde.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Hi, everyone. This is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. For decades, Guest House of Milwaukee has been here for our neighbors, providing shelter, housing, and the support needed to break the cycle of homelessness. We're not just offering a bed for the night. We're helping people rebuild their lives through case management, housing navigation, mental health and addiction counseling. You can help us make a difference. Learn more at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org. And together, we can ensure everyone has a place to call home.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Avondale roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Avondale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com. That's 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com.
In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans. For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Time now for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde Tausch.
Well, I hope you're all happy.
I hope you're happy now.
Robot umpires are coming to Major League Baseball next year.
Let's go. Let's go.
Video assist will come for the 2026 season. It'll be part of a challenge system. Each team will have 2 balls and strike challenges where you can challenge it. And then if it is a successful challenge, you win it and you can keep going until you lose one. And they did this for the All-Star game to see how it would go. It was okay. I don't like it.
Is this your I'm a former umpire bias?
That's entirely what this is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this has the potential to be what the pass interference challenge review was after that NFC Championship game a few years back. And everyone said, wow, that wasn't such a good idea. Let's not do that anymore. Has a chance to be in that ballpark.
Chance to have a chance?
Yeah. I'm nervous about this.
What are you nervous about?
I think it's going to slow down the game after they'd made strides to be successful in speeding up the game.
Like 13 seconds.
Well,
Jocko's looking for that.
It's true.
These games are too fast.
I think it has.
Good!
I think it has a chance to have negative implications for younger officials who will be more ridiculed for having incorrect calls and. Well, you don't have video assist at this level. How can you see it? Just like some of the other sports with replay. And I think there's a correlation between when replay really became a thing and as the abundance of officials has significantly decreased because it's harder when you don't have any type of video assist at any level to be able to do it. But fans, parents, watch the games on Sundays, watch baseball games, and then think, well, the Little League umpires who are in 8th grade should be just as good as those umpires who actually have more tools and resources at their hand.
This isn't going to go down to Little League. This is going to be Major League. And
that's my point.
Yeah,
what is your point?
It pains me to say this. It really pains me to say this. I think Jesse brings up a really good point. I got a text from my buddy John Benson, who is a longtime college official. He did football. That's why I call him JB. Did basketball, did football. He sent me a note saying that the major conferences, because he's still really plugged into the officiating game, are having a really difficult time hiring qualified officials. Little or no pipeline of good young officials ready for the next level. Some of these guys shouldn't be doing Pop Warner games. It's going to be worse before it gets better. And I do think, Jesse, that I don't know if it's all because of the replay portion of the program, but there's no denying, because I am among the people that would say this. I love youth sports. I would love to help, and I would love to stay involved in it, even though the girls now have gone on to high school sports, and hopefully they get to do something in college because they both want to. But when they're done with all their playing careers, I would love to be more involved in youth sports still. But the hell if I'm going to become an official, I don't want to be being berated by parents. I have no interest in that. And I don't know if that's directly tied with the advent of replay, but man, bless your heart. You should go back into umpiring, because for somebody who's got as thin of skin as you, I'm surprised you enjoyed it so much. But that was a compliment wrapped in a criticism. But I don't know why people do it. And we're lucky that they do. We should be very nice to them, even if they're bad.
Whoa, Nelly! I want to get paid.
They do pay pretty well.
Yeah.
In large part because
hazard
they
pay.
have to.
Yeah.
You want to make a
well,
lot
and now the good thing is a lot of these Major League umps will be able to go down and start umping Little League games because there's going to be robots. It's the other thing.
Sure. If you want to make a lot of good money, be a high school certified umpire in a small community in the state of Wisconsin. You can get a lot of work.
I'll tell you what.
And they pay pretty well that way.
Softball umps make big-time cash.
What is big-time cash?
Like triple digits a game sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're making $100 a game.
For 2 hours of work.
Not even. Softball games are usually only an hour and some change. So,
not all, but some triple digits.
No, it's Yep.
Whoa, Nelly! Brewers' magic number to clinch the number 1 seed in the MLB postseason.
What is today? I think today I still. Today's my last day.
I feel like you're expanding this ban longer than it actually is.
No, I'm banned yet. I'm banned till tomorrow. So you guys have at it.
Jason, how significant will it be when the Brewers? We'd think it's only a matter of time. They're 2.5 games up on the Phillies, and they own the tiebreaker until they clinch the number 1.
Did they get to pick their
no,
opponent?
No, you get out of here. Hey, get out of here.
They're not supposed to be talking right now. Did I see this correctly? The Cubs have not won since they clinched their playoff berth?
Yeah. That's just a few days ago.
Be that as it may,
I don't think the Brewers have either, am I right?
Yeah, it's close.
That's also true, yes.
So just take the number 1 seed and just get things ready for the postseason, because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of people that care deeply about the Brewers. I want them to be successful. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous.
Polluted mindset.
It is polluted, no doubt about it.
5 days off. It's going to be a full reset whether they're hot or not.
It's true. You're right. You're right. As always, Jesse, you could not be more right.
World are we living in? Jesse's always right?
I didn't know. I said you couldn't be more right. I'd say he was always right. That's definitely not true. Just like you're not always right on Prize Picks.
I think that's what you said. No, I'm not. But it is good to be right. Football season's here, and I got to tell you, Prize Picks has made every game even a little bit more fun. Thursday night, Sunday night, whatever it might be. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made simple, and it is simple to play more or less on at least two-player stat projections. If it's Jordan Love, if it's Josh Jacobs, Josh Allen, whatever it is, you want to find the end zone, rushing yards, passing, blah, blah, blah. Prize Picks has it. And I love how quick and easy it is. You can set a lineup in less than a minute. You can get the option to stack a single player across different stats. And if you want to play it safe, go with the flex play. You want the big payout, you got to go power play. But no matter how you play, Prize Picks makes it fun all season long. Withdrawals are fast and secure. Apple Pay, Venmo, and more. That's why millions of fans are already on America's #1 fantasy sports app. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good
to be right.
There we go.
I don't know what you're doing anymore.
He's trying to draw you off sides all the time. He's trying to be
I'm
Rodgers.
not 100% sure either.
Get the 12 men call.
Kind of leaving it up to chance.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Congratulations to Homer on 20 years at Good Karma Brands.
I'd like to thank you all for coming today. I'll be reading from a prepared statement. Hey, Homer! 20 years since Craig made the best decision he's ever made. He's made a bunch. It's been my pleasure to work with you and to call you my friend. How have you been so good at this for so long without really pissing anybody off? Stay in that sweet spot, and remember, we apologize for nothing. On that note, could you please get Brian Bulaga to stop saying especially?
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Well, Mike, our family is expanding.
What? You're kidding. We donated the high chair and baby toys a long time ago.
Mike, we're not having a baby. Our PCI family needs to expand.
Oh, whew, you're right. Business keeps growing, and we need more carpenters.
We're looking for experienced full-time carpenters with a variety of skills.
Consider joining our team at Professional Construction, Inc.
Learn more and apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0-interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. I mean, there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Moments ago saying the plan for Zach Tom, is for him to be day-to-day, and we'll see where he's at.
Aren't we all?
I believe you. I do believe Tausch when he tells us how much he loves Coors Light, though. That I do believe.
I do. Coors Light is brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it is made to chill in those mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans. They're blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, I am headed to Lambeau. We'll be back tomorrow. And then on Friday, live from Steinhoffel's on the Beltline in Madison. So be sure to be there. And Jesse, you'll be there.
I will be there.
Your random vacation doesn't start until after that.
That's correct. I'll be out there. Hopefully there's some treats.
It's the only reason you're going. That's it for us today. Thanks to Mike Greenberg. Thanks to Brian Bulaga. And thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors